All right, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Derek Branch here, SportsView360.com, covering the New Orleans Saints. Today, we're going to continue our Saints rookie scouting breakdown series with an in-depth look at one of the more fascinating additions of the roster, coming to the roster, Louisville quarterback, second round pick, Tyler Shough. 25-year-old gunslinger out of Louisville brings some surprising traits to the table, and we're going to break down how his skill set could mesh with Kellen Moore's system in New Orleans. So let's start with the positives on Tyler Shough, and you know, there's quite a few that jump off the screen to me based on what I've seen. According to NFL draft analyst Dan Brugler of the Athletic, Shough checks all the boxes, when it comes to prototypical size, arm strength, functional mobility. He stands tall at 6'5", moves better than expected, and has some zip to every hit to hit every throw on the field, including those long field sided lasers that not every quarterback can make. So that's a trait that a passer needs to have. That you prefer that your young franchise quarterback to have. So some of Shuck's top strengths include a quick hitch-free release that gets the ball out fast, poise in the face of pressure. Well, it's something that jump off the screen to me. And we're talking about 142 pressures in 2024, but just a 9.9 sack rate. That's impressive. And here's a stat that I think you'll really like if you're a Saints fan. Listen to this video. A 12-0 touchdown to interception ratio on play action pass last season when he was with Louisville. So that's where things, get interested for the Saints this season. Kellen Moore, loves boot action, deep shot concepts. Shuck's mechanics on play action paired with his ability to make all platform throws make him a scheme friendly fit for this system, even if he is still raw, in a lot of these areas. But let's not forget though, this is a guy that is with mature work habits. As one of his former teammates described him as the first one in the film room and last one out, according to former teammate Ja'Cory Gibbs out of Louisville. He used to play at Alabama. Ja'Cory Brooks, my mistake. That type of leadership, will be critical, especially as he enters the Saints locker room. I don't know how bad things have gotten between Derek Carr and the veterans after the recent reports, but this is his Shuck's maturity is going to be crucial heading into this situation as training camp nears. Now let's talk about the areas of improvement because we got to. We just can't highlight the good stuff he does. Shough has only one full season as a starter. Played three. Yeah, he did 3 years at Oregon. Played with. Was expected to be the predator. Expected to take over for Justin Herbert. That didn't work out. He's battled through multiple injuries throughout the years, two broken collarbones and a fractured fibula. And he also tends to linger on reads or force 50-50 balls under pressure. Now that's never good because when you do create quarterbacks do crazy things under pressure. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. You know, 50-50 balls, interceptions, who knows? The whole 9 yards. All right. So at times, he'll throw those those hardy prayers into the coverage. Something he'll need to clean up at the NFL level. With that being said, his ball placement is workable to me. And his arm talent gives the Saints staff something that they can mold. All right. So Kellen Moore's offense, to me, based on what I've looked into, isn't overly complex for quarterbacks, but it does ask for quick decisions, rhythm passing, vertical shot plays, plays off action, play action, excuse me. And if Shuck can absorb the playbook and clean up his progressions, he could be more ready than people think. All right, and with Derek Carr's shoulder injury, looming large, and the team, well, him between him and the team determining what's best, surgery or they're gonna rehab it, and he still plays. It's not a stretch to say that Shuck could be one snap away from seeing live action this season in 2025. He'll likely enter camp to me, I think, as the QB2, QB1 or QB2. If depending on what the status of Derek Carr is, I think it could be if Derek Carr is going to play the season, it'll be Derek Carr, Tyler Shough, Spencer Rattler, Jake Hamer. But don't be surprised if Shuck is the number one guy and Rattler is number two. All right. So the bottom line is this though: Shuck isn't just a camp arm or somebody that the Saints just draft to take a flyer on, a flyer on. I think he's talented enough, late rising quarterback who has the physical tools to develop into a contributor for this team, a key contributor. Whether that's in 2025 or beyond, it depends on how much he can grow in Kellen Moore's system. So that's how I see it. You know, um, I read somewhere where somebody was saying that he can be the way he, his scouting report, the way he's built, the things he can do, his makeup. He's more of a bridge QB, somebody that can get you, through a season or two, keep you competitive until you find the right guy. To me, I disagree with that, man. If Shuck doesn't work out, you need to move right along and position yourself to get a top five pick next season. Is either going to be to me, is either going to be Chuck is going to be the guy, or we move on to somebody else. And depending on how things play out, this might be his only year to show that. You know, um, based on how that schedule plays out, the way things bounce with the schedule, I'm going to determine how good this team can be. How much games do I think they can win if Chuck becomes a quarterback? Because I do think there's a chance, there's a way they can win with Tyler Shough. But that's if he masters the offense and the pieces around him, and that's offense and defense, can stay healthy for at least, I would say, 80 to 90% of the season for this to work. You know, I do expect. I think there is a chance that Tyler Shough will be playing for the Saints opening day starter against whoever they play against in week one. A lot can happen between now and then. We're in the month of May, and there's still no report on if Derek Carr is going to get that surgery or not. So to me, it just the optics feel to me it feels like Derek Carr might be the starting quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. You know, but this guy he has a lot, man. A lot of things that I like in his game, based on what I've seen, the footage I've seen of him playing against teams. Um, I've seen somewhere some comments where some remarks out there where they're comparing him to Josh Allen. Just to me, there's nothing in his game that resembles Josh Allen just yet. I know. I know that he is a runner. He is not afraid of pressure. He's not afraid of taking contact. But he's not a runner to the level of a Josh Allen, where Josh Allen just goes out there and just trucks people, trucks, linebackers, defensive backs, safeties. He ain't that. I ain't seen that from him, and I didn't see that in Tyler Shough's game. But I do see that he is able to get out of the pocket and make plays. He's able to move around in the pocket and deliver the football. He's not afraid of contact, pressure, taking big hits. I like that about his game. He's not afraid. He's not going to stand there in the pocket and take a sack. If there's a ability for him to move around, get out of that pocket and make it and go for a run, he's going to do it. That's what I've seen out of his game. But he ain't Josh Allen just yet. You know what I'm saying? He may not never will be. But the best thing for him is to be the best version of Tyler Shough and not the next Josh Allen. You know what I mean? Because to me, Josh Allen is like an alien. You know what I mean? He's one of one. So I don't pump the brakes on that, but I do get why people say that though, and he does some of his throws he makes with those sidearm throws. I've seen him do that in games based on the footage I watched, like Patrick Mahomes, where he made these side passes with the football. I've seen him do that. I think that's a very unique trait to his game. But his success to me is going to depend on how fast he can master Kellen Moore's playbook, and if the pieces around him can stay healthy. If guys like Rashid Shaheed, Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, Jawan Johnson, Jawan Johnson can finally come through. Foster, all them guys can stay healthy. This guy could be a really good quarterback this season. So we'll just gotta wait and see how it all gonna play out. All right. So if you like this breakdown, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more rookie breakdowns and Saints content throughout the off season. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.